Hey everyone, it's Soundwave84. In this review, we're looking at Greenlight. Now, she did appear in G1 Finmod in the one episode Search for Alpha Trion. She was just a background character, and her claim to fame was just rescuing Moonracer from the debris once their first headquarters was blown up. Alright, so that's a little bit about Greenlight. Now, here is the actual figure. And the first thing that I noticed off the bat when I was transforming this figure was her forearms are totally different than what is actually pictured on the box. Her forearms in the box have a little tab, whereas this does not. And the arms on the box are just the ones that the Moonracer or Nova. Oh my God, Moonracer! The Moonracer or Nova Star had. You don't want to stand up, do you? So, Greenlight. For reason I'm going to call this thing Green Dancer. Just wait. Greenlight has totally remolded forearms, whereas Moonracer and them had some wrist articulation that bend inwards. She does not, as hers are one whole piece. So yeah, that's one of the biggest differences from Moonracer and Nova Star to Greenlight. Everything else is about the same, just maybe slight retools and things. More translucent here, less translucent there, stuff like that. A quick little turn around, you can see sharing a whole lot here. And my word, it's not that kind of video, girls. All right, now of course she's got a totally new head sculpt to me. It reminds me of an elf from Christmas or an elf from, like, Lord of the Rings or something. They got the little pointy ears going on there. Nice little yellow. Kind of reminds me of like a Sprite or something. Lemon lime going on there. Showing her off here with Power of the Primes. Showing her off here with Siege Chromia, who shares similarities, but is pretty much a heavy retooling of this kind of mold. They don't really share anything but the thighs. Whereas Greenlight here is actually a combiner that she can actually combine with the Alita 1 from Power of the Primes. She has her port here. So you can make her an arm, leg, whatever. So along with Greenlight here, we get a Power of the Primes, like Prime armor, like the Power of the Primes figures came with, because she is just, like I said, a heavy retooling, or just, because she is just a retooling of Nova Star, Moonracer. You can have some Prime Masters you can shove right on in there. And this opens up to be a fist or a foot if she combines. If you combine her with Elita 1. It also can be a sort of weapon. Pull it down. And you can plug it in her hand. And there you go. And this sort of makeshift. She also comes with a Battle Master. This one is called Dazzlestrike. And it's just like a Leo Kaiser, whatever you want to say it. Except the little tail here has green in it. So it has, Jesus, did it again. Alright, there we go. But if you have that Battle Master, this is exactly the same figure. In some different paint. And of course, this figure here transforms into a sword. And it comes with what they refer to as an Ice Blade blast effects. But this is clearly flames. And, it tabs on normally. Now, the one that came with Leo Kaiser, whatever, it actually looks like it would be an ice blade. All right, to transform Dazzlestrike here into the Battle Master weapon mode, what we want to do is take it to the tail, move it, and I'm having a hard time with this one. Thing popping out a lot. You can see where this is kind of, I don't know what the words I'm looking for, where it's not straight, it's kind of outward. So it likes to pop off. So just be gentle with your copy. Take the head. If you move that back, take the head here. You will now rotate this way to where this handle will come about, and it will lock in. You'll feel like a snap. Now it has the handle locked into place. And also take this, and it actually has a snap too. That locks the sword piece. Now we'll take these feet here, move them back, the front ones. And there are these little notches you'll see back here on the back of the legs that the little tabs on the hands will just go right into. on the front leg. So we'll want to move this to where that will do that. And there's a little notch on the back foot right here that will go into these slots by the head. See it right here. And that locks that all in. So if you want to do this first, goes into the little slot, and this will come up, down and around, and then right into the leg. And there you go. There's her weapon. Now with these pieces here, we can now put on the ice. Whew, it's so cold. All right, so we'll just this way, and then we'll just, you can do it this way to where the ice is outwards. You can turn around the other way to where the ice is on facing her. Whichever way you want to do it. And there is Greenlight holding Dazzlestrike. Want to feel my ice blade? Fire blade. Alright, so here's a look at Dazzlestrike. Overall, figure is impressive. Has weight in the legs. They're actually very, very solid and hefty enough to support her 3-foot backpack, which also can be a convenient handle when you want to play with toys. You know. Now, articulation, if you have any of the others, you know what you have here. She actually has double jointed knees in a way. You got the joint up top and the joint down below, so you can then get an extra bend. So she can kick her own butt. But yeah, excellent articulation there. No ankle tilts. This is a slight little rock here. Nothing big like you get from most of the Siege figures now. And of course, you got ball jointed hips here, so it goes all around. And the swivel is up at the hip. She does have a waist swivel. You got it below the belt, you can say. And you could do it above, but you would have to unpeg stuff here in the back. Now the arms, shoulders are ball jointed, so you get out to there. And you go around, the backpack's there, but you can just easily get around it. Ball jointed elbows, and that's where you get your bend, about a little more than 90, and that's where you get your swivel. And her joints are actually pretty tight. No wrist movement at all. Head is on a ball joint, good up, a decent down, and a 360 all around, and a little close up on her head sculpt. Actually nice little blue eyes, kind of got like a peachy painted lipstick there going on there. Big bold All About logo. Nice little detailing. Like I said, if you have the others, detailings are pretty much the same, just the paint or in translucent plastics is applied in different spots. And like I said, the hands here, the forearms are totally new on this piece. Paint on my copy is not the greatest on the yellow. There's some green poking through here. And you'll notice that also in vehicle mode I have some other areas where the yellow paint is just kind of sloppily or not done well enough. Now, like I said, articulation is excellent with those double jointed knees. This transformed Dazzlestrike is the same as Moonracer or Nova Star. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to fold this foot up. White tab here, there's slots here, this translucent green. We'll just come up and go right over that. And do the same on the other one. Goes up and there you go. Come here, I'll move the arms just up and out of the way. The backpack, take these pieces on the side, pull them to the side. This piece here, untab it from her back. There are 2 tabs here, which go into 2 slots up here. So with this untabbed, what you want to do now is play Spin-a-Rooney. You want to take her and spin the whole top torso half. So you have this piece now to the front. Now you can come back up here and above the waistline, turn her back to face the normal way. Now she has a tab here and an opening slot right in there. You can tap her legs together. Also, there's a catch up here in the translucent. This piece here will now come down and over and tab in as well. There's these little tabs here, which will go in these little slots right here. All right, arms back. You want to take her whole torso here. It opens up. Fold her head back and in to hide it. Close this back up. So now she is headless. Keep your arms out. Now you'll fold these panels up. The little slot or cut there, This little tab here will go right into that, to tab this part in. And do that on the other side. Now you will fold her arms down. Since they are different, they don't have the tabs that will lock in normally into these slots that are right here. So this just kind of comes down and around it. So I'll just get this piece here to go around the outside of it. And just rest underneath. And then position this however you want to position it. To get it close. And there you go. So her back half looks like this, whereas the other ones would have their hands folded. Her hands go straight down. And that is Greenlight in vehicle mode. Rolls fairly well. Has a place here that you can plug the prime armor into. You can slot this right in there if you so desire. Or with the big old hole here, you can always peg this in the front of the car if you really want to. A little awkward and just kind of drags about, but you know, it's there if you really want to do it. Unlike most of the Siege releases, she does not have peg holes aplenty. As you can see, there are no peg holes available to slot any weaponizers or battle masters into in vehicle mode. Just a spot here in the front, spot here in the back, and then what her hands are. A little weird. I'm surprised they didn't mold something in like on her forearms here to make that available, as that is actually available on the Moonracer and Novastar molds. So that being available on this would have made even more sense and been a feature that is what makes Siege what it is. Now, in vehicle mode, she is exactly what you would expect. You can see here where the yellow paint is sloppily applied or scratched off on my figure. Again, the huge Autobot logo, which I actually dig having a big, huge logo like that on there. And we'll compare her with her sisters. Alright, with Dazzlestrike in the middle, we have Moonracer here on your left viewing. And on your right viewing, we have Siege Chromia. Power of the Primes, Siege Prime, I'm gonna call it. I don't have Novastar. She is buried in a box from moving. I have not dug her out. But she is pretty much just this again. So you can see where they have really changed up Chromia. Now she goes in with this. She just is different. Turn to the side. In the back, where you can see where they really did something different with the hands. I just don't understand why they didn't mold in some ports or just leave these forms in so you could have some peg holes to peg in your weaponizers, your battle masters. But I don't know why they did that. Don't know why. So overall, Greenlight is a good Finbot. If you're a completist of the Power of the Primes and you want to have your combined Elita 1, she's a definite must-have. Vehicle mode, she is just regular. If you're not impressed by the others, you're not going to be impressed by this. If you're a fan of the Siege and the Weaponizers and the Battle Masters, again, you're probably not going to be impressed with this at all, as there are no ports. If you enjoyed Chromia, you're probably not really going to like this figure in vehicle mode either. If you enjoyed Chromia's robot mode, they're similar enough with being different, which is nice. At least it changes it up. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'll get my ratings and pictures coming up of this figure, and thanks for watching. Peace out.